Today we're going to talk about AI governance and why it matters. Kevin, how would you define AI governance in a practical way?
Just think of it as enabling AI applications in a manner that they don't cause harm, making sure that the output is not biased, okay? So we're actually accomplishing the business goals in a manner that doesn't produce negative consequences for our customers, for our employees, and for the company. One example is Amazon.com, right? So we have a review system. What's really interesting about this is when Amazon.com reviews were first created, it was actually quite controversial at the time that we included negative reviews for products that we're trying to sell. And now this is kind of commonplace, but at the time it was somewhat controversial. So when it comes to creating generative AI summaries, like I was out there shopping the other day looking for, I can't remember what it was. I think it was like a soap or something, or shampoo or something. Mm-hmm. And I remember being struck by the AI summary saying, this soap smells really bad, right? Customers are saying that this soap smells really bad. Okay, well, is that bad governance or is that good governance? I would argue that that's good governance. Mm-hmm. But then also when you're using it for applications that require a bit more control, mm-hmm. Let's say it's for a medical application, right? And you're helping a doctor to diagnose a patient or to come up with treatment plans. That's a situation where, yeah, you want some creativity in a sense, but you want it to be correct. You don't want it to completely make things up. Mm-hmm. And there are specific things that you can do to keep that under control.
With the rise of agentic AI,
mm-hmm.
are there risks that are more prominent now?
Imagine you have an assistant who can do research for you, right? Mm-hmm. It can go look up things for you and do some analysis and provide that information for you. Mm-hmm. Now imagine that you give this assistant your credit card, right? And access to your bank account and mm-hmm. access to all of your financial data, and you give it free rein, right? And by the way, this assistant is very, very intelligent and capable, but from time to time likes to have a few cocktails over lunch. So that can give you a little bit of a sense of what AI agents can do mm-hmm. versus what, we're calling it traditional generative AI now.
Yeah.
But agentic AI can take action, and so therefore you need to do specific things to control those actions. Yeah, so that's the main thing to think about is when you have agents that are taking action in the world, mm-hmm. you have much more of a concern for governance. Yeah. As part of that than you would with any other application. And you have to mix. So for example, doing a workflow, right? Do you want an agent to control the workflow or do you want a very systematic, controlled, programmatic workflow? That really depends. So let's say you're doing an application that helps you to plan a trip, right? Maybe an initial step is to do that with a very fixed workflow. Mm-hmm. First, I'm going to look for the flight, and then I may send that off to an AI capability that gets very creative on how it can pick your flight based on your particular preferences and those kinds of things. Or go to a hotel. So that's the very next step. It's always the next step, but then it can use some creativity to help you find the right hotel that you're looking for. So you may not need an agent to control that entire workflow, mm-hmm. but maybe later, as in the next release, you want to think about, okay, maybe I can control this with instead of a fixed workflow, I can do it with more agentic behavior. Instead of saying, first I do the flight, then I do the hotel and so on, maybe I just tell it, I'm really looking for an interesting vacation with my family. Here are the things I'm interested in. Help me plan the vacation. Okay, that might be more appropriate for an agentic workflow.
So Kevin, what advice would you give to enterprises who are starting AI governance?
Start with a very specific application. Do not try to solve every possible problem that you may encounter. So pick a specific application, mm-hmm. right? And then do a classic risk management framework. What could go wrong and how bad would it be if that thing did go wrong?
This is great. Thanks for your insights, Kevin.
Sure thing, Abbas.
Right. Today we talked about AI governance. In the next episode, we're going to discuss how to align data and AI governance to your business goals.